The phone buzzed, a harsh white against the awful hospital blue light of the ER room. It was 9:18 p.m. and I was slumped on a hard plastic chair in the corner, my daughter Lily's heart monitor beeping a steady rhythm over her bed. The screen glowed with a text from my sister, Brooke, "We're canceling your dad's day gift. You don't deserve it since you missed my son's recital." Before I could even process it, another bubble popped up. My mom, Sarah, added, "Family priorities." My hands started to shake. My throat went tight, a knot of something I couldn't quite name. Lily was finally asleep, her small chest rising and falling more evenly after what felt like 100 breathing treatments and steroids. She'd had an asthma attack at school, out of nowhere. I could still see her face when they put the mask on, wide, brave eyes clutching my finger, trying so hard not to cry. A nurse walked in, checked Lily's vitals, smiled politely at me, and left. I stared at the texts, then at the clock. I typed one word, understood. Then I flipped my phone face down on my leg. The quiet hum of the machines filled the room, and in that moment, in that sterile, lonely space, I started planning exactly what I was about to take back. My name's David. I'm 38. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I design landscapes for a living, patios, fire pits, those deceptively simple, low-maintenance gardens that look wild but are actually mapped to the inch on my laptop. I'm a single dad to Lily, who's 9. She's quiet, polite. She draws houses and tiny trees, which I pretend isn't just copying my job. She apologizes when other kids bump into her. She even says thank you to automatic doors. My parents live across town. My older sister, Brooke, lives 10 minutes from them with her husband, Jason, and their son, Noah. Noah, who is, and always has been, the absolute sun, moon, and rising star of our entire family. I used to be the responsible one. That was code for the one with good credit and a willingness to foot the bill. It started small. 8 years ago, I switched to a family phone plan. Added my parents. It's cheaper altogether, I'd told them. It's for me. Then Brooke and Jason joined. Then I bundled our car insurance, I was the only one with the good driver discount. Then all the streaming services. And, because I was an idiot, I put them all on my cards. Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Prime, Spotify, even that niche gardening channel my dad watched twice in 2019. They were supposed to pay me back their part every month. Sometimes they did. Most months, though, it was late. Or rounded down. Or can we catch you next time? Things are tight. On top of all that, there were the little things. Covering my parents' electric bill when the AC ran non-stop in July. Paying the deductible when Brooke backed into a pole but didn't want her premiums to go up. Putting the deposit down for Noah's summer baseball camp because we'll lose the spot if we wait for Jason's next paycheck. Lily watched me do all of this. She'd watch me Venmo and log into accounts at my mom's kitchen table while my dad patted my shoulder and said, "You're a good son." They never said I was a good dad. They barely said anything to Lily at all. On birthdays and Christmas, Noah got drones and gaming consoles and name-brand sneakers. Lily got generic art kits and a sweater she'll grow into. They'd take grandkid photos for Facebook, and somehow Lily would always be in the back, or cropped out, or "We'll get one with you later, sweetie." When she was 6, she drew a picture of our whole family and added my parents in the corner with speech bubbles that just said, "Hi." Nothing else. "No, we love you." Just hi. I kept trying. I drove over for Sunday dinners. I brought dessert. I left extra cash in my parents' junk drawer when their fridge started making a noise. I told myself they'd come around. I ignored every sign that they already had, and I just wasn't included in whatever around was. They'd been punishing me ever since I refused the SUV. That was the real shift. Last year, Brooke called me in a panic. She and Jason had found this perfect used SUV, leather seats, third row for all the cousins, built-in DVD player. Noah needed 4 long drives. They needed a cosigner. It'll help our rate. You barely have to do anything. You know we're good for it, she'd said. I told her no. I'd just finished paying off my own truck. I had Lily's medical bills from her last asthma flare-up. I wasn't tying my life to their impulse purchase. Brooke went cold. My mom got quieter. My dad stopped joking with me and started asking pointed questions about my income. It was subtle, but it was there. But they still expected the money. The phone plan stayed ours. The car insurance bundle stayed for the family. I kept paying. Then came the recital. Noah's big piano recital was scheduled for a Saturday afternoon in June. They'd been hyping it for weeks. Group texts, Facebook posts. My mom had a new dress picked out. I put it on my calendar. Lily was excited too. She made him a card with a piano on the front, every key a different shade. That Saturday, around 10 a.m., I got a call from the school. Lily had an asthma attack during recess. It escalated fast. By 1:30 p.m., we were in the ER. By 1:50, they were talking about keeping her overnight. While we waited for the breathing treatments to kick in, I texted the family group chat, me at ER with Lily. Bad asthma attack. So sorry, we can't make the recital. My mom replied with a single line, hope she's okay. Brooke didn't respond. Jason didn't respond. My dad sent a thumbs-up emoji and a picture later of Noah in his little button-up shirt at the piano, captioned, our star. No one asked how Lily was doing. It was like I'd skipped a barbecue, not rushed my kid to the hospital. After the recital, they all went to dinner. I saw the photos pop up. Group shots with "so proud of our boy" underneath. Lily was sitting in a hospital bed, coloring the 4 tape on her arm, while my phone buzzed on the tray table. She peered at the screen once when it lit up. Is that about Noah? She asked. Yeah, I said. She hesitated. Are they mad at you? I swallowed. No, they know you got sick. She nodded slowly, like she didn't quite believe me, and went back to drawing. We were discharged close to 8:30 p.m. I carried her into the apartment, gave her a bath, set up the humidifier in her room. I texted Brooke one more time, we're home. Lily's okay. Steroids are working. I'm sorry I missed today. I'll call Noah tomorrow to say congrats. No reply. At 9:18 p.m., the Dad's Day text came in. My phone glowed again. Brooke, we're canceling your Dad's Day gift. You don't deserve it since you missed my son's recital. Then Mom, family priorities. It hit me like a physical punch, one I should have seen coming. This wasn't about a gift. This was about the story they wanted to tell about me, bad brother, bad son, bad father. All because when I had to choose between my nephew's performance and my own child breathing, I chose my child. I texted understood because there was nothing else to say that wouldn't turn into a screaming match in a hospital hallway. But in my head, something clicked. I wasn't going to argue about what kind of father I was. I was just going to stop paying for the people who thought they could decide it. Lily fell asleep halfway through a movie that night, propped up on pillows in my bed. Her breathing was a little wheezy, but steady. At 11:30 p.m., I moved her inhaler to the nightstand, turned off the TV, and went out to the kitchen. I made coffee, even though it was stupid o'clock. I pulled out my laptop and my phone and sat at the table we never used for company. It was time. First, the easy stuff, Netflix. I logged in and saw the profiles lined up in neat little rows. Mom and Dad, Brooke and Jason, Noah, Lily and Dad. I clicked account, scrolled to sign out of all devices, and hit confirm. Then I changed the password to something that wasn't a shared joke from 2014. Hulu, same thing. Disney Plus, Prime, Spotify. Click, click, click. Each time, a small confirmation banner popped up, you've changed your password. You've signed out all devices. Little digital doors closing. Then the bigger stuff. The car insurance bundle. It had seemed like a good idea at the time. One policy, lower rates, everyone protected. Except I was the only policyholder. My name, my credit, my risk. I clicked into the Drivers and Vehicles tab. There it was, 2018 Toyota Tacoma, driver, David. 2012 Honda Civic, driver, Mom. 2014 Camry, driver, Dad. 2016 RAV4, driver, Brooke. 2010 F-150, driver, Jason. I removed each driver who wasn't me. The site made me click through warnings. Removing a driver may cause changes to your premium. Good. Confirm. 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 By the end, it was just me and my truck left. The new monthly payment dropped to a number that made me want to laugh and cry at the same time. Then the phone plan. This one made my stomach twist. We'd been on the same plan for years. My parents, my sister, Jason, me, even a tablet line Noah used in the car. I opened the carrier app. Primary account holder, David J. Parker. 5 active lines. Total bill, ugly. I stared at it for a minute. This was the part that always felt complicated. Phone numbers felt like lifelines. I told myself I couldn't mess with that. Then I remembered my mom's text, family priorities. Okay. I tapped chat with support. The rep popped up, "Hi, David. How can I help you tonight?" I took a breath and typed. I want to move my line and my daughter's line to a new account and schedule the other lines for deactivation at the end of the current billing cycle. We went back and forth for about 10 minutes. Security questions, PIN codes, identity verification. He tried to upsell me on a solo plan. I said, fine, whatever. Just get my line and Lily's separated and marked as porting out. At 11:47 p.m., I got the confirmation email. Your account changes have been processed. 2 lines scheduled to move to a new, smaller plan in my name only. 3 other lines, my parents, my sisters, my brother-in-laws, set to lose service in 10 days if they didn't set up something themselves. I stared at the timestamp, 11:47 p.m. It felt important somehow, like the minute my spine finally grew in. I took a screenshot. I didn't send any long speech to the family chat. I didn't announce anything. I just closed the laptop, rinsed my coffee mug, and went to bed. Lily rolled over in her sleep, tucking her fox plush closer. I lay down beside her and listened to her breathing, feeling the weight of a decade of helping finally slide off my chest. I didn't have to wait long for the fallout. At 7:12 a.m., Brooke called. I was packing Lily's inhaler into her backpack. Brooke's contact photo popped up. I let it go to voicemail. 30 seconds later, a text, Netflix isn't working. Did you change something? I ignored it. By 7:25, another, Hulu, too. What? David. Then my mom, Dad says the insurance app is acting weird. Did the payment not go through? By 8:03, my phone is saying no service in the kitchen. Did the tower go down? I turned my phone face down, poured Lily cereal, and asked how her chest felt. Better, she said. Are Grandma and Grandpa mad at you? Why? I asked. She shrugged. They were mad in the group text last night. I forgot she could read everything now. I crouched down to her level. They were wrong about me, I said. They were wrong about you. That's their problem to fix, not ours. She studied my face for a long second, like she was trying to see if I believed it. Okay, she said finally, and went back to fishing marshmallows out of her cereal. At 9:15, my dad called. I let it ring out, then listened to the voicemail. David, something's wrong with the insurance. I got an email saying the policy changed and our cars aren't on it. This isn't funny. Call me back. There it was. Not how's Lily. Not we were out of line last night. Just the money. By noon, my phone was a war zone. Missed calls, long texts, the group chat lighting up. Brooke, wow, petty much. Brooke, over a gift? Seriously. Brooke, this isn't about you missing the recital. Don't make it about something else. Mom, we didn't think you'd actually do something this extreme, David. Mom, you're punishing all of us because you're sensitive. Mom, your father is furious. I took my lunch break in my truck, parked outside a client's house, and scrolled through the chaos. I typed one message to the group: since you all think I'm a bad father, I'm done paying the bills that keep your lives comfortable. You're off my accounts. Get your own services. I hit send and put my phone away. No explanation, no argument, just the truth. That's when the real panic started. They didn't even give it a day. Around 6 p.m., there was a knock on my apartment door. Not a polite one. I glanced through the peephole. My parents, Brooke, Jason. Lily was on the couch coloring. She tensed when she heard the knock. I opened the door just enough to stand in it. My mom shouldered past me like I'd just forgotten to roll out a red carpet. We need to talk, she said. Brooke followed, arms crossed. Jason hovered by the doorway, eyes darting around like he didn't want to be there but also really did. My dad stayed on the threshold, jaw clenched. Lily looked up, small and hopeful. Hi, Grandma, she said. My mom gave her a stiff smile, then turned back to me. What is this about the phone and the insurance? She demanded. Your father's account says he's not covered. My phone barely works. Your sister couldn't even put on a movie for Noah this morning. Brooke jumped in. He was in tears. David, we had family movie night planned. Do you know how embarrassing it is when nothing works because my brother threw a tantrum? I felt something cold settle in my chest. They were really going to go with that. I didn't raise my voice. I took my name off your bills, I said. I'm not paying for your services anymore. My dad snorted. Over a missed recital, he said. You're going to burn the house down over one afternoon? It wasn't about the recital, I said. Brooke rolled her eyes. Oh my God, here we go, she muttered. I looked at her. You texted me that I didn't deserve a Father's Day gift because I was in the ER with my child, I said. Mom backed you up. No one asked about Lily after that. This isn't about a gift. It's about the way you see me and my kid. My mom's mouth tightened. No one said we didn't care about Lily, she said. You're twisting things. You said family priorities, I reminded her. That's not what I meant, she snapped. You're always so dramatic. You always make yourself the victim. Lily's pencil stopped moving. I could feel her eyes on me. Jason finally spoke up. You could have talked to us, man, he said. Now we have to scramble for new insurance and a plan, and we're not exactly flush right now. There it was again. The money. How am I supposed to drive to work without coverage? My dad added. What if something happens? I looked at him. You should call an insurance company, I said. My mom took a step closer, lowering her voice like she was being reasonable. We are your family, she said. You don't do this to family. Your sister was hurt. Her son practiced for months. You don't just walk away from commitments and then punish everyone. Behind her, Brooke murmured, Noah cried when he found out you weren't coming. I wanted to ask if Noah cried harder than my kid, gasping for air with a plastic mask on her face. I didn't. I took a breath. I am done paying for a family my daughter isn't really part of, I said. You want phones, you pay for them. You want Netflix, you pay for it. You want cheap insurance, bundle your own cars. I'm not your backup bank. My mom's eyes flashed. Has this got something to do with that girlfriend of yours? She asked. The one with the opinions? Is she in your ear about boundaries? I knew she'd start turning you against us. Of course. Blame the woman who wasn't even in the room. I heard a soft snort from the hallway. Maya, my girlfriend, was leaning against the archway, arms folded. I'm just over here microwaving mac and cheese, she said. He did this all by himself. My mom shot her a look like she'd just found mold in the fridge. You don't understand how our family works, she said. Maya shrugged. I understand how inhalers work, she said. And ER bills. And I understand that if someone told me I didn't deserve to be celebrated as a parent because I chose my kids' lungs over a piano recital, they'd never see my Wi-Fi password again. Brooke barked out a humorless laugh. This is insane, she said. You're going to cut us off over one text? You think you're some hero now? I shook my head. No, I said. I think I've been stupid for a long time. That stops now. My dad took a step forward. Reconnect the insurance, he said. At least that. We'll talk about the rest later. No, I said. His face reddened. David, my mom said, using the tone that used to make me feel 10 years old. You're making a mistake. When we're gone, you'll regret this. Family is all you have. I glanced at Lily, who was quietly putting her pencils back in the case she always kept neat. No, I said again. She's all I have, and I'm done teaching her that people can treat her like she doesn't matter and still get everything they want from us. For a second, no one spoke. Then Brooke grabbed her purse off the back of a chair, knocking Lily's sketchbook onto the floor. Come on, she snapped at Jason. Let's go. Let him play martyr. He'll crawl back when he realizes how alone he is. My mom gave me one last hard look, shook her head like she was disappointed in a weather forecast, and followed. My dad lingered for a moment. This isn't you, he said quietly. You're not like this. Yes, I said. I am. He looked at me like I'd slapped him, then turned and walked out. I shut the door, locked it. Lily padded over, picked up her sketchbook, and hugged it to her chest. Are they mad? She asked. Yeah, I said. They are. She bit her lip. Is it my fault? The words hit harder than any of their texts. I knelt down and pulled her into a hug. Hey, I said. Look at me. She looked up. You got sick, I said. That's not a bad thing. That's not your fault. I chose you. I'll always choose you. If anyone has a problem with that, that's about them, not you. Okay. Her eyes filled a little, but she nodded. Okay, she whispered. Maya came over and rested a hand on my shoulder. You did the right thing, she said. I know, I said, but it still stung. The next week was loud on my phone and weirdly quiet in my life. My parents tried a few more times. Long text from my mom, we didn't mean what you think we meant. You're throwing away family over a misunderstanding. Your father is hurt. Noah is confused. Everyone is asking what's wrong with you. Please fix this before it's too late. I replied once, it's already fixed. You are off my accounts. I won't fund people who treat my kid like an inconvenience. If you want to be in our lives, start by apologizing to her. Not to me. To her. She read it, didn't answer. My dad tried a different angle. This is about more than money. You can't delete us. We're your parents. We'll always be here when things go bad for you. I didn't reply to that one at all. Brooke blew up my phone for a few days. Voice messages, screenshots of error pages, guilt trips. You humiliated us. You made Mom cry. Noah keeps asking why Uncle David is mad at him. I hope you're happy. I texted Noah directly, "Hey, buddy. I'm proud of you for your recital. I'm sorry I wasn't there. Lily got really sick and I had to be with her. I'd love to hear you play sometime, just us." He replied with a voice note of shaky piano keys. I saved it. What surprised me were the quiet messages from other people. My cousin, Nate, texted, "Heard a version of what happened. For what it's worth, I think you're right. They lean on you too much. We all see it." One of my mom's church friends, someone I barely knew, DM'd me on Facebook, "Your mother is telling people you abandoned them." I just wanted to say, whatever you did, it's your right to have boundaries. You're a good dad. I saw you in that ER last year when Lily had pneumonia. You never left her side. I read that one twice. Meanwhile, my bank account stayed blessedly boring. No more random dips on the 15th when autopays hit. My insurance payment looked sane. My phone bill was laughably small. At night, I'd sit on the couch with Lily and Maya. We started making our own little traditions. Friday night was our movie night. I made a new profile on Netflix. Just two, Dad, Lily. No Mom and Dad. No Brooke and Jason. No Noah. Even though that one stung a little. One evening, Lily scrolled through the profiles and paused. "Is Grandma not on here anymore?" she asked. "No," I said. "If she wants Netflix, she can get her own." She considered that. "Good," she said quietly and clicked on her name. Father's Day came 2 weeks later. No card, no text from my parents, nothing from Brooke. I woke up to Lily sitting on my chest, gently pressing a piece of paper against my face. "Happy Father's Day," she whispered. "Don't move. The glue is still drying." It was a card she'd made, a drawing of me and her standing in front of a yard full of flowers and trees. The grass was bright green. There was a little stone path. It looked almost like one of my designs, except better. On the front, she'd written in careful letters, "Best Dad because you picked me first." My vision went blurry for a second. Maya pretended not to notice from the doorway. We spent the day in the backyard of our rented duplex. I'd pulled some strings with a supplier and brought home leftover pavers from a cancelled job. Over a few weekends, I turned our patchy grass into a little patio. Lily helped by placing pebbles and choosing where the potted plants went. Maya strung up lights. We grilled cheap burgers on a tiny charcoal grill that took too long to light. I set out 3 chairs around our plastic table. 2 were full. The third stayed empty. I didn't stare at it, but I knew it was there. The only contact I got from my family that day was a passive-aggressive Facebook post my mom shared about honoring fathers who show up for their kids. I scrolled past it. Later that evening, as the sun went down and the lights warmed up over our heads, my phone buzzed with a new text from an unknown number. "Hey, it's Noah. Mom changed her number. I got your text. Thanks for the message. Happy Father's Day, Uncle David. Lily is lucky." I showed it to Lily. Her whole face lit up. "Can we invite him over sometime?" she asked. "Maybe, yeah," I said. "If he wants to come." She thought about it, then nodded. "We can save him a chair," she said. I looked at the empty one and smiled a little. "Yeah," I said. "We can." I went inside and stuck Lily's card on the fridge right next to the screenshot I'd printed of the 11:47 p.m. confirmation email. 2 pieces of paper. 1 from the night I finally stopped being their wallet. 1 from the morning my kid told me I was enough. I didn't need any other proof of what kind of father I was. What would you have done differently in my situation?